is so nice. Okay. I actually. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was actually teaching today, so bring to the bathroom, but just to give you guys a heads up of what will be happening in today's class. So the Facebook ads we'll be talking about today. First half of class we'll be talking about best practices for Facebook ad strategy, how to get that set up. The second half of class it will actually there'll be a workshop style where we'll be launching a Facebook ad. Not really. Oh, well, while we're talking about Facebook, and for Joel, I know a lot of question that we get is, okay, I have a personal Facebook, but I have a business Facebook, should I both, like, so just that practice is there. So it is really important for you to have a business page as well, okay? And if you need steps on how to do that, I wrote our email really poorly and planted on this board. It's contact@JuLeahDesigns.com. So JuLeah, JuLeah designs with an S.com. Too many emails to run over. Has that Facebook business page. Now, with that being said, you let's say have 1,000 friends on your personal, when you get a Facebook business page, you're inviting people over, right? You invite any of your friends. You're still looking at, I mean, 200 follow, 400 fees, doing great, right? So no matter what, if you post on your Facebook business page, you will get lower engagement. You know that going in, right? Don't be shocked that you're not getting your normal like 40 likes on a post like you do on your personal. That is absolutely normal. Why it's still really important that you get up Facebook power on Google. Facebook will also be on the page. So creating that business page and posting on it regularly 2-3 times a week. It doesn't have to be like listing. Go on Pinterest, go on Keeping Current Matters, find a cool real estate article and share it, right? You're just really trying to provide value. And so less about what you're doing, more about what's something interesting they need to know about. Find an article, post it. So the idea of your Facebook business page, be active on it, right? Try to get some testimonials on there as well because the power of Facebook it will always get first in Google. Anyone searching your name will find that first, and if you're not active, they'll think you're not active.
That I had. I had to do this one first, but I would need one. But one of the instructors that told us. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely keep your personal profile. So as far as best practice there for the personal profile, since you have such a large following of friends already, that's why it's powerful. However, what agents do incorrectly on their personal Facebook is they post every single post about real estate and things like this house, it's listed, blah, blah, blah.
Like, that's great. Your friends care about the job because that's part of your life. But guess what? They're not there to be sold to, right? That gets real annoying real fast, and that's how you get unfollowed. So instead, try to, if you are posting on your personal page, let's say 3 times a week. 1 is about business, 2 are personal, okay? So keep your personal Facebook about your entire life. People care about your life, right? But you want to be reminding your sphere that you are real. And that's the power there. But try to do so in a way that's not inundating them, it's not selling them, it's providing value to their life. Not about on your personal, yeah. And then your business page, that's all business, right? And like, I'm not saying don't post those accounts, absolutely do that, shows your activity, but maybe, you know, 1 post, if you have like 3 houses you're talking about, great, 1 post about those 3 houses, right? They just get so inundated. I mean, you probably see realtors who do just sold stuff with it, that's all they are on their page. And it looks like a very professional business page that has about 10 followers, right? People want to follow that. Why do they want to follow it? To get value and not about real estate. Okay, that was a little off topic, but now.
No, it was very on topic. That was great. Thanks, Leah. Awesome, yeah. Hey guys. Yes, well, we will be discussing Facebook ads today, which does have a lot to do with a business Facebook page. So that was a good little segue into today's class. So for the first half of the class, I'll be going over best practices and kind of just an overview of how to do this. And then for the second half of class, we are going to kind of do a workshop theme where we're going to actually launch one together. So for the first half, like, feel free to follow along. I'll let you know those parts that I think that you should join in on, but feel free to listen and learn about these best practices. So this all is through command. So these Facebook ads we'll be launching, we'll do this through command. And when getting started, there are just a couple things to check out before creating a Facebook ad. So for one, we need to check our settings. So this part, feel free to follow along with, because you will need to connect up your Facebook account in order to run a Facebook ad. And to do so, we're just going to click on our name in the top right corner and go down to settings. Now, in the settings section is where we are going to be able to link up our Facebook account. Now, in order to run Facebook ads at all, you do need a business page. So that talk about the business page, that's why it's very relevant, because you do need a business Facebook page in order to run Facebook ads. So if you have not created a business Facebook page quite yet, feel free to follow along. But when we get to the launching part, you just won't be able to launch because you do need that business page. If you have any questions on how to create a business page, there's one tip video I recommend from Scott Leroy Marketing. If you type in business Facebook page, that will come up. And what I really like about Scott Leroy Marketing's, it teaches you how to set up a business page, like to optimize it, but it also very much integrates with command and teaches you how to set it up so it links to command. So Scott Leroy Marketing's YouTube page we'll have a tip video on creating a business Facebook page if you have not created one. If you do have a business Facebook page, where you're going to want to link this up is here, Facebook Ads Manager. Now you'll see that there are 2 Facebooks, Facebook Post Scheduling, Facebook Ads Manager. So in command, you do have the ability to schedule out posts on Facebook. And that would be this post scheduling, what you're connecting up. But this ads manager here, instead, that would be connecting up Facebook to run social ads or paid ads. And the difference there is scheduling a social post. If you post that, that's going to show up on your feed, like your regular feed for all your friends to see. While an ad, what we're discussing today, is going to reach your non-mets. So these aren't your friends or your followers on your business page. These are people, these are pure leads, new leads that you have not met before, that you'd be reaching, and which is why this is a paid feature. This is something you have to put money into because you're not reaching your sphere, you're reaching non-mets. And so like on Facebook, you know, like the feed itself is like right in the center. And so those would be the posts. But an ad is going to be like what's on the side of that feed. So like, I don't know if you've ever been like shopping online and then you go to Facebook and all of a sudden you see those same exact shoes that you were just shopping for on the right-hand side. That's how your ad would display. So not like on the feed, if that makes sense. So they're going to connect, these are going to connect you the same Facebook account. You're going to connect the same account, but the post scheduling just allows you to schedule out posts to your feed from command, while the ads manager, what we'll be focusing on today, allows you to post ads through command. Now, one other thing that I would like you guys to follow me along with, before setting up a Facebook ad, I would recommend setting up a smart plan before doing so. And I know that's kind of counterintuitive because we aren't going in campaigns, but smart plans, when you run an ad, you're expecting to get leads, but so then you'll also want to follow up with those leads when you actually get them. So smart plans is a great way to automate that so that when leads do come in, they're automatically being touched and followed up with without you having to worry about it. So let's actually go to smart plans first here. So it's going to be on this left-hand toolbar. And if you're still learning this toolbar here, you can click the red KW in the top left to expand those out. And we're going to go to smart plans. And again, smart plans is an automated follow-up system. So if you're going to create something that is going to generate you leads, you're going to want to have something in place for following up with those leads. Now, when you first go to the smart plan section, if you don't have anything here, no worries. These are actually just displaying first my smart plans or smart plans that I've already added. But we can add in additional smart plans by going up to library. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm just going to actually search the library for a Facebook paid ad lead follow-up. So you'll see there's a ton of options that come up here. And these are all smart plans that are created by either other KW agents or staff, and that they publish for other agents to use as well for their business. So this is great. I like these a lot. So you don't have to worry about like reinventing the wheel, because you can create custom smart plans, of course. But I like the idea of looking for in the library for whatever topic you're looking for. So like Facebook lead follow-up, to have at least like a template or something to go off of. Now with these smart plans, and this will be a good example, I know, because I believe Robert here is from Hawaii. So a lot of his smart plans begin with like aloha and stuff like that. So with these library smart plans, I would recommend checking out these download rates, but always edit these smart plans once you add them to your library, because some of them, like Robert, if he's from Hawaii and he starts every email with aloha, well, that might not fit in your business here. So you just would want to change things out. And I've also seen with these smart plans that agents publish, they'll include like their information at the bottom of those emails. So, you know, you don't want to send out an email with some other agent's information. So just always check to make sure that there's nothing that needs to be edited. And I can show you that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add this Facebook paid ad lead follow-up by clicking add smart plan here and download. And once that's downloaded, it lets you know that that was added to my smart plans. So now we're going to jump over to my smart plans here. Yes, you can name it anything you want. Sorry, yeah, that was really quick. So you have something, but you'll only see that name, so you don't have to worry about your client seeing it. It's not the subject or anything like that. And once you're in my smart plans here, to the very far right, this pencil icon is where you can open that up and see those steps and edit that. Oh, no worries. the Facebook lead Facebook paid ad lead follow-up by Robert Eikenberry. Method not allowed? Huh. I'm not seeing that. If you canceled it and just did add smart plan and just use the regular like name, does it let you? I don't know why. I don't have an answer for why, but it was the first one that came up for me when I typed in Facebook. But you can also, I think, search by like author name. So like if you change the smart plan name description. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so right there I put in Facebook. It was the first one that came up for me. That's it. So you might need to scroll down a little bit to add that. You should see add smart plan in the bottom right of that. And then just to show you where I am right here. So then in smart plan section, so if you're in the library and you just added that smart plan, that's going to be added to my smart plans here at the top. So we're going to toggle back over to my smart plans, and it should be the top one if you just added that. And then that pencil icon to the very far right of that is going to let you open that up, see what those steps are, and then also let you edit it. Download it first, and then then take these steps. So yeah, like here, we wouldn't want it to necessarily say aloha. We might want to change that to hello instead. You'll see these green merge fields. So that's how you can know that these are merge fields. And what that is, it's like it will automatically input that information based off the contact profile. But let's say instead of it saying this in green and these like in this exact format, let's say it just said like, hello, contact first name. I just want you to beware that, you know, just because in a smart plan it says hello, contact first name, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a merge tag. Some agents will just put that in as a placeholder. So just beware of that. You would probably want to either delete that completely because it would send as hello, contact first name, exactly like that. Or you want to actually input a merge field here, so it would input that information. Does that make sense? Awesome. So kind of go through these smart plans and edit anything that doesn't make sense to your business, doesn't make sense to the Charlotte area. A couple things to note here. So this step right here is a Twilio step. It's a text message step. So if you had Twilio, which I know this is kind of a tangent, but Twilio is an application that you can have in Command that allows you to bulk send text messages to your clients, as well as automatically send text messages to your clients through smart plans. Now, if you do not have Twilio, I would recommend trying it out. It starts at a relatively low price, $3.16 a month. And even just testing your engagement with texting, I think is a really powerful thing, because depending on your audience, texting might be a prominent channel to reaching them. Because I mean, personally, I don't really check email, but I always check my text messages. So it is cool that Command has a capability of reaching this channel through text message. If you have any further questions about that, feel free to send us an email. I have a tip video of setting this up, kind of talking about it more. I do want to just let you guys know it's a tool out there. But anyway, so this smart plan is just a follow-up, you know, just saying, hey, I saw that you looked at this home listed on Facebook. Feel free to reach out with any questions. It also has, for example, a call task to remind you to call this contact. So a great follow-up system to put in place. I'm just going to go ahead and save it and exit out. Oh, top right, I'm sorry, it's, my screen was blocked. It was in the top right to save. Awesome. Okay, so now we checked our settings and we added a smart plan. Now we can start with our Facebook ad. Those are the two things to start with. So in order to create a Facebook ad, we're going to go to the campaign section, which is this megaphone icon on the left-hand side. And to create it, we're going to go up to create campaign in the top right. And for this, it's going to be social ad with paid underneath it. So there's that other option for post scheduling, you know, social posts, but this is a social ad. So the ads manager settings. Sorry. So running a Facebook ad, to run it does cost money. So you will need to put your card information in here. So I'm going to X out real fast. If you don't have your card information, you can add it up here by payments. You'll see I don't have mine in here, so I won't be able to run it. And then add payment method right here near the bottom of that pop-up to add that in. So create campaign at the top right and social ad paid underneath. You can give this campaign a name. So this will only be something you see. Your clients will not see this name. And my first example I'm going to do today is going to be a Facebook ad on a listing, which in the past we've had great results with listing ads specifically. So that might be a good one if you have a listing to run an ad on. Now for the goal, it has a minor effect, but it is recommended to do attract buyers for the reason that I know as realtors, you know, you're wanting listings, but usually as from the consumer side, it's just humanistic to not want to. So you would want to first look for a home to buy before you're looking to list your house because you're not going to want to be homeless. So really from a consumer side, you're looking for contacts who are looking to buy because that's letting you know that they're looking to sell too. And then you can run this, you can run ads on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For the Facebook, you do need to have that business page. And then for Instagram and Twitter, they do need to be business accounts. So you can't just have a personal Instagram or Twitter account and run an ad. So I'm just going to check Facebook right now and click create campaign. Now going through and creating a Facebook ad, and you can follow along in this first section here. We're going to do another example for the second. Yeah. Ooh, yes. So that's going to be under your settings. So if you click your name in the top right corner, and I can come. And then scroll down. It's going to be not Facebook post scheduling. There it is. That's the one that's going to need to be connected for this. So you'll want to just sign into your Facebook account. And actually click from this drop down and choose the page and check that click box. And then you'd be good to go once you might push you into Facebook to accept terms and services. Yeah, click accept up there. Lovely. Awesome. And then it should be open somewhere, command. Okay, good. And now if you click this, that should work for you. There we go. Click done. Beautiful. Of course. So you're going to go to the megaphone icon here on the left hand, and then go up to create campaign in the top right. Yeah, and then it's going to be a social ad with paid underneath when you get to create campaign in social ad. And let me know if you get stuck anywhere. I'm happy to help. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So, okay, well then good. Well, then hopefully I can show this on my screen here. So if you're getting a message that your Facebook's not connected, we're going to need to go to the settings in order to fix this up. So let's click our name in the top right and go to settings. And this doesn't have to be saved. And it should say connect account next to Facebook Ads Manager for you if it says that message. So specifically the Ads Manager one too, which may be under marketing and automation. Yeah, okay. And then it's going to prompt you to sign in. I can't really show, but once you sign in, it will display like this, and you'll need to, from this drop down, select that page in order to connect that up. And it may push you into Facebook to accept terms and services. Yeah.
This one is my business.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm looking, which one is connected? Because it's showing, so I just have to drop the information.
So Command will always post just on your business page. Command will never post on your personal page. So even these ads, or if you're just scheduling out a post, that's talking about posting on your business page and not your personal account. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Yeah, so you do need to have a business page in order to run an ad. So yeah, just following along for now, even if you wanted to do it and draft it, and then once you have a business page, you can connect it up and relaunch it. But yeah, you can always follow along and draft it at the end. Yeah, reactivate it. Yeah, that should be, well, you should be able to reactivate it and save everything. Nice, perfect. Yeah, any other questions? And feel free to stop me at any time at all. I know I talk fast a lot. So. All right. All right, so let's, jump back over now to the campaign section, that megaphone icon. Taking a minute to load. All right, let's try it again. Is slow being, or is command being slow for anybody else? Taking a second. Yeah. I know KW Sport likes to usually run updates on Tuesdays, so not the best day for a class. Yes, so megaphone, I'm trying to get there, it's just loading. You can do it on a team account, so it would just have to be run on the team like profile side, and then you would have to click. So if you're on the team side, you might see like a pop-up up here that says connect or select default accounts. Yeah. Okay, and then so once you select those default accounts, yeah, you can run team Facebook ads as well. Good question. Yeah. Oh, it worked. Okay, you're right. I didn't even notice. I thought it was the homepage still. All right, so you finally made it. We're gonna go up to create campaign in the top right and social ad with paid underneath. Give it a name. Again, no one's gonna see this name. It is suggested to choose attract buyers. And I'm gonna do Facebook. So if you are gonna run this like for Facebook and Instagram, if you put like $30 into it, it's just gonna split it exactly in half. So it'll put $15 into Facebook and $15 into Instagram is how that works. So you can choose how long it runs for. That's where you can choose that in the settings, and I'll give you best practices on that too. All right, so creating the ad, pretty much all we're gonna do is go down and try to get this green check mark next to all these sections here. So we did the name and goal. Next, we can choose to add a listing. So if this is my example for this first one is going to be a listing ad. So once you click to add a listing, right, I don't see any listings here because it's only showing my listings. If you don't have your own listings and you want to advertise somebody else's listing, feel free to ask, like, I think you do need to get permission from them, but like, I've never had a realtor say no to free advertisement on their listing. So, you know, just asking for their permission, even if you don't have a listing, just so you can generate some leads is totally doable. So I'll want to, instead of showing just only my listings, I want to change this to all listings. So I can, you know, I asked the agent if I could advertise their listing and they said yes. So now I just want to search for that listing here. So I can do that by property address. Just a heads up, you can do that by MLS number or listing agent. So I'm just going to do an example here. So you'll see that also there's a status. So if you're not maybe seeing it there either, you might want to change that to all statuses. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So these are all listings from the MLS across the country. So from any brokerage and yeah, all across North America, even parts of Canada and Mexico too. So yeah, you can search for all listings in there, which is also what's really cool about you guys is, you know, Command websites is that it does have that functionality for your clients to search all across the country, not just the North Carolina MLS, which is really cool. And I am not finding this. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do a random one. We'll just do this one from Texas. It's nice. So, okay, choosing a listing up here. So you'll see that now when I open up this text section, that this main copy will be kind of filled in from the MLS. It's what it's pulling from, is that it's pulling from the MLS description. Now, for the verbiage in the text part of this, I would not recommend using the description from the MLS. Now, Facebook, in posting your listing on Facebook is a form of disruptive marketing in the sense that contacts aren't going to Facebook to search for homes. They're just like looking on Facebook and you're hoping that they're stumbling upon their perfect home. So really your goal is to catch your audience's attention in 2 seconds before they start scrolling. So instead of having a big paragraph on like how great the listing is, we'd recommend maybe choosing just one thing that you really like about the listing and just using that. So, you know, like whether this be the example I had before, you know, had like a pool, right? So maybe in this top main copy part, we'll just want to really highlight in a few words that this best feature of it so that it has a pool. So like if you put here, can you see? Right, in the example that this is a saltwater pool home. So really, really try to do that short words. Emojis, a great thing to add to this part. So that's a great eye catcher for your audience. So maybe putting in a house emoji here. So this little face icon will let you add in emojis. So maybe I want like a house here. And really your goal is to really just catch their attention without them scrolling in 2 seconds. This headline is only 25 characters. Purpose because of mobile views, they can only see 25 characters, but you'll find 25 characters is really, really short. So even shorter than your main copy, you want to highlight something else like move in, ready, home. And then for the description, that's where you can get a little wordy. They're more than likely not even going to get there, really. Your audience is probably not going to read this description. But here is where you can maybe list a few other good details about it. You know, like great backyard, includes a pool, how many bedrooms it has. This is where you can put a bit more description into it. So yes, so that main copy. So for the main copy, as few words as possible. I would recommend highlighting your favorite part of the listing, what you think would jump out at consumers. And yeah, emojis are great for that eye-catching goal. Description is where you can put a bit more description about the home. So that you'll see that headline, that's only going to allow you to do 25 characters, which is super, super short. But then for that description, that's where you can give a little more detail. So yeah, you'll have to like manually, only the MLS description will autofill to the main copy. So if you wanted to like copy and paste that down. Yeah.
You know, talk to different vendors, they say, well, we can do Facebook ads for you and blah, blah, blah. And that, what if you didn't have a listing, but you're trying to, you know, you have a demographic that you're interested in. Where do we have any pictures that you can just pull in that aren't real listings? Can you create those types?
Yes, so like stock images. Yeah, so actually our second example we'll do today will include the stock images, so I'll definitely go over that. Oh, absolutely, great questions. Those are great. Any other questions? Going through? All right. So yeah, here I could put, you know, bedroom, baths, give a bit more description about the property. And you'll see that this has more character limits. It has 250. So great, we got that check mark next to text. We're good there. Let's save that. Next, let's go to media. So you'll see it does automatically pull in the first listing image from the MLS. But you do have the opportunity to add more. And you can add up to 5 photos, it pulls from the MLS to add to this ad. Now I'll just go ahead and add some in, and then I'll give you a tip on this. Can I? Was hoping to select multiple, but it looks like you can only do that one at a time. So, oh, because you have to crop it. So preview and crop it. Change how that looks, save. And you can add up to 5 images here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now, when you're selecting these photos, it's actually pretty cool what command does in the background when you choose those photos. So you can choose up to 5, and I would recommend choosing 5. And what command does in the background is that it actually launches this ad with like a ton, like 10 to 20 different versions of this ad with different pictures displaying first, or some of them not even displaying. Like some ads will just display only this photo, or it will display 3 photos in a carousel view with the second photo displaying first. It will generate different kinds of like this ad format. And then based off the analytics, it's like elimination where like, if that photo wasn't getting very many clicks, command will know that and will remove that from the next ad. So it's like pretty cool what it does in the background. It does that trial and error for you where it's trying different formats of this ad with different kinds of picture layouts. And then it looks at the analytics and then runs ads based off the only good analytics, and it removes the bad parts. So that's really cool. So that is actually what we select down in leads or in Facebook settings. So yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, but that's how like images work. So if you're like worried about your images, like, oh, they're not in the right order, or like they're not exactly how I would display them necessarily on the MLS or something like that, Command works as magic and knows based off analytics what's performing well and will push that out further. So that's pretty cool. Now a DBA logo will be required, and that should be pulling from your marketing profile. So you guys should be good there. And let's go ahead and click save. And now we're going to go into Facebook settings. Yes, so the KW Valentine, I think, for compliance is required. And it will be default. So Facebook settings, so this is where you're going to choose your business page. If you get an error when you choose your business page, shoot me an email. I'll have to troubleshoot it further probably, but just let me know if you do receive an error when you choose your page. And then this is probably the very most important thing when you run a Facebook ad. Always, and it will be defaulted, but always choose Facebook lead generation form as your destination. So what that does is when a contact clicks learn more, it brings them into a form that already has their contact information auto-filled. So like based off Facebook, their information. It brings them to a form that's already auto-filled with their information, and they just click next to continue, and you capture that lead information. So instead of like bringing them to a page where they have to fill that all out, it's a lot easier to capture lead information when it's auto-filled for them and it's backed up by Facebook. So they'll have less of a problem, hopefully submitting their lead information to you. So always choose Facebook lead generation form as your destination. So then once they're taken to that form, right, they click learn more on your ad. They're taken to a form that has all their information filled out. They click next. That lead information is captured to you guys. Then after that, you can choose where they go after that. So for this, if you're doing like a listing, I personally, you can either make a landing page on this listing or you can do a website search on this listing. And that's what I'm going to do for this example. So go to your website. Even if you don't use the command one, if it has the home search capability, that's perfect. And we can search for this house, and I forgot the address I have actually. So 1-2 Alamosa. Okay, I'm just gonna pick one of them. All right, you're searching for your listing address. And this might be a good link for them to go to after, right? You know, more information about the listing. If this is on the particular listing, right? So we can just copy this URL from the top, go back to our campaign, and paste this in. You'll see that it will automatically have an HTTPS in front of it. Just remove that. And then it shouldn't be a problem. Right, that way, after they click to learn more, they're actually going to learn more about the property, not just be taken to a random page. Awesome. Any questions on that? All right. Next is where we're going to target that audience. So you'll see that there's an auto audience. I would recommend doing a custom audience for this. So go ahead and go over to custom. Now, what's cool about Facebook ads too, is that you can also target my database. So what that would do, if you have a contact in your command database that has the same email as their Facebook login, you know, the same email that's connected to their Facebook account, you can set it up where it would run and target your database or your sphere with this ad. So instead of doing this by so typically we can do this by location is the main way you target in command, but there is the option to target your database, which is pretty cool. But typically you're going to use a location basis, and that's going to be target a custom audience. And, typically that's going to be Charlotte, and you can choose a radius mile on that. But you can only do this by city. So you cannot do this like by state, by neighborhood. Waxhaw will work. Should work. Let's find out. Oh, it looks like you can do it by neighborhood. Let's do Waxhaw. Looks like you can do it by neighborhood. I am wrong. So neighborhood or city.
And
Yeah, of course.
we're talking about all the contact, right?
Mhm.
Well, if they're all print itself, like, they're all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it will be shown based off their email account. So that's how that's linked instead of based off location. Yeah. So yeah, you can do this off city. So yeah, usually it's gonna be like Charlotte with a radius around that. But you can also do this by, we had like a big land property. It had like 5 acres, and we targeted like New York City and California, places that don't have a lot of land, and got like 40+ leads from doing that by targeting a audience that would be more apt to choose a house or at least click on a house that has like a lot of land. So you can play with this targeting depending on your listing and who you think your custom audience is. You can change this location. And then what's different about custom audience is that you can also add an interest. And there are 3 interests that I'd recommend adding in so that you're hitting a good target market. One would be Zillow. And there'll be 2 options that display. We're gonna just click the top one, so Zillow. Save. We're gonna do JuLeah. Save. And then the other one is realtor.com. So this is best practices with targeting interests. So this means that if any of these clients have Googled or Facebook searched any of these items, this ad would be more likely to display to them. And that's what you want, because you're going to want to reach contacts that are actively looking. And if they're looking on these sites, then they're actively looking more than likely. And as you're targeting, you'll see this audience definition. This is a more recent tool. And I really like it because you can, kind of play with it to make sure you're in that green. So I would say anything in that green spot is great. You're targeting enough where it's not too narrow, it's not too specific, but it's not also too broad where it's hitting way too many people that it's not even gonna produce or perform well or produce results. Yep, so JuLeah, realtor.com, and TRULIA. Absolutely. So if you think this is an audience that you're going to use probably in the future, you can also save this audience. So maybe I want to label this Waxhaw and save. So that way in the future, if I'm ever going to do this again, I can also go over to saved audience and just easily select that without having to redo that.
Maybe if you had other interests like,
Mm-hmm. Yes, this would be the spot to choose it, but I'll say the interest, it's kind of, you'll have to like look at the list. Not all things that I would think would be on there shows up. So if you type in dogs, it might not display anything. So there's only like a list that you can choose from. You can't like create your own. So like if you don't see on the list, like unfortunately, you'll just have to like find another interest that may fit that too. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Great questions. All right, so we can go ahead and click save. And we'll see that check mark appears next to Facebook settings, which is awesome. Lead settings, which is one of my favorite parts. it allows you to auto tag and auto assign to smart plans. So that's why at the beginning of class, we added that smart plan first. So now when we're setting up a Facebook ad, we can set them up on a smart plan automatically. So when they click learn more and we get their lead information, they're just hit with a follow-up email right away, letting you know that you're gonna keep in touch with them. So auto tag, I would always recommend filling in this field, whether that just be a generic Facebook ad, or if you get very specific and you do Facebook ad for 123 Main Street. But right, creating tags allows you to group your contacts together so that you can market to them efficiently. So if it would be helpful for you to know that you have like 10 leads coming in for Facebook ad 123 Main Street, well, then now you can send an email marketing to those specific tag contacts on this listing because you know that they're interested. But then of course you can always just tag it as a generic Facebook ad lead or whatever, and just know that that's a lead and that you have to touch them. So however you run things in your business, but I always recommend tagging them so you know where they came from and so that you can market to them further. Give that a color and then click add to add that in. Oh, nice. Yeah, feel free to create one. Oh, you can like try to search for it. Yeah, you got it? Perfect. So yeah. Well, that's all right. So yeah, that's optional. You definitely don't have to do assign to a smart plan. You can just get leads into your account and just know to get in touch with them, because some agents too will just call their leads or have a different follow-up system for everybody. But this is just a great automated way to follow up with them. So if you do that assign a smart plan and choose that follow-up that we selected, after they fill out that information, they'll just get hit with an email asking if they have any questions on that property to let you know. So perfect, let's save it. And now this last part here, duration of budget. So it's recommended to do $5 to $7 for over 5 to 7 days. So it will default on 10 days for $3 a day, but the recommended amount is actually to do it for a week. Whoops. What day am I? And then and have the daily channel be $5 to $7. So $4 would be a little low. So really the recommended amount is like $35 to $50 per ad is what you'd want to put into it to really get a good engagement. So $35 to $50 for 5 to 7 days. Good question. I want to say yes, but like it's been a while since I've tested that theory. If I'll show you where that would be. So yeah, once you have all these check boxes filled out, you'll see that preview over here on the right-hand side so that you can see that, make sure that looks good. Then you can also save this as a draft or publish the campaign right away. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as a draft. You'll see in your paid ad dashboard. So when you go to campaigns on the left-hand side, it will first bring you to this dashboard. If you go over to paid ads, this will be like your paid ads dashboard. If you can cancel it, it's going to be with these 3 dots, but I'll have to double check if you can do that. You can also edit or duplicate this campaigns here. So if you ever have a campaign you just want to run again, you don't have to remake it, which is great. Also, I was going to say one other thing, but I forgot. Yeah, I don't know.
As doing what you can do here as well.
Yeah, so as long as you run it through command, you can check analytics here as well. So yeah, you'll see that like clicks per, or whatever clicks per, what is it? Content? No. What is CPC? Clicks per something. I don't know. But yeah, you can see your analytics in here, in your paid ads dashboard. So you'll see all those analytics, but you're right. You can also see that in your business Facebook account, like manager, you can see that too. You can't, no. So only business Facebook page. So anything that you do in Command will always be through the business page, never your personal. Like a video or like, yeah, like you can post like directly on your personal, but like if you ever do it through Command and if you ever run an ad, you do have to have a business Facebook page versus like if you post directly on your feed. Yeah, you could just go right into Facebook to post, like just like on directly on your feed, like create a post. Or I mean, Command does have the ability. So the social post, what that means is that you can schedule out like social posts in Command as well. So if you wanted to like for the whole month, schedule out all your social media, you can do that through Command. But this would also just be posting on your business page. Yes, it will not be posting on your personal. No. So how Facebook works, all business pages must have like your Facebook accounts, you have your personal account. And you have to have your personal account in order to create a business page off of that, like associated with it. And anything that's done in Command is always just posting to the business side, never your personal. Yes. Absolutely. And I do highly recommend that. So that's a great practice. So, right. Yeah, you won't see ads. So when you launch an ad, you're not going to ever see it. The only place you're going to be able to see your ad is in Command in that preview, because that's not displaying on your feed or your page. It's just displaying for other people that you don't know. Yeah, you're never going to be able to see this. Yeah, it's going to capture your lead info. Yeah, it will capture your lead info. But yeah, so you won't see that. What was the original question though? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that is a really great practice because and this is what Leah talked about a little at the beginning, your personal Facebook page, that's going to have the most engagement, right? That has all your friends and everything. And then only a select few of those are going to follow your business page. So it's really great to share to your personal from your business page because it drives traffic to your business page. So they'll see that your business page posted it, and so that they can click on it and it will drive traffic there. So that is a really great practice because yeah, you're posting all your business stuff on your business page. So select a few things, and usually the statistic is on your personal side, if you post 3 times, 2 of them should be personal and 1 should be real estate related. So not to inundate your audience. So maybe like choose, if you're posting a lot on your business page, just choose 1 or 2 things that you can share to your personal side so that they can see your business page, see that you're active, and get that business content that you're wanting them to get. Yeah. All business. Yeah, you definitely can. But you feel free to be more business, like all business on business page, and just facilitate a bit more or integrate more personal stuff on your personal side so that you don't lose friends or. Personal. Per week. So like that was just like if you posted like 3 times a week, like 2 should, like more so saying you should keep things like your friends are following you for your personal, like what you're doing, not necessarily for your business. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to avoid. We don't want to inundate. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. That's a great. Yeah.
Does it run like an algorithm similar to like Google Ads, where like it's almost like a bidding process for like keywords?
From what I've seen, yes. Like that there's like back-end magic that works with the analytics and how it performs and then what it pushes based off that.
So,
But-
let's say $5 to $7. Do we have any idea of what kind of, not about advertising that, but, I mean, if nobody's clicking on it and you're not paying money, it's also not being effective.
Right.
But if people are clicking on it, that maybe, 50 cents per click or is that something else?
Yeah, usually the recommend is like 250 per Facebook ad lead is what your like goal is kind of. So in your analytics here, you're going to be able to see impressions and clicks as well as people who engage further, like that click learn more versus like clicks on the image. Oh, no, the $2.50 is like the goal per like cost per ad lead is the goal. Yeah, sorry.
$5 to $7.
Yeah, $5 to $7 for 5 to 7 days.
Basically, when someone clicks onto it, you get a link back.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Any other questions on that first part? So for past experiences, usually that's in, with anything social media, especially with ads, it's all audience based. And so playing with trial and error is really big with seeing what works and what doesn't work. So like having different like images or having different verbiage and seeing those impressions and clicks and then seeing what works and replicating that and what doesn't and not doing that is huge with social media, especially with ads. So like even I don't have like a good average because it just so depends on your audience on that. But usually you would maybe want to calculate that based off like leads that actually convert. So you'll see there will be multiple analytics and impressions and clicks will be one, and then there'll be like a leads total. So well, it autofills. So luckily they don't have to fill it out, which makes it even more of a motivation for them to submit it. And so then you capture that lead information. Your question on like what goal, I don't have a good answer for you. Mhm. To the Facebook lead generation form. So that would be a form filled out with all their contact information. And then,
But then I thought you said they automatically get their information.
so when they click learn more, it brings them to a Facebook hosted page with a form, but it has their first name, last name, email, phone number, all filled out based off their Facebook profile. It has all their information filled out automatically. Yeah, if they exit from that tab, then yeah, you don't capture that lead information. The hope is that since it's already filled out and all they're doing is clicking next, then that's when, right. They just have to click next and it's auto filled with their information that's what you capture. But yeah, they do have to click next in order for that to like trigger to you. It does, yes. But even if you pick 5 images and then you pick the totally different 5 images and have command play with those images and see how that does. And then on your 10th ad, you're noticing pools and backyards do really well. So then you start really posting, your 5 images are a lot highlighting backyards because you see that's what's doing well. That's how you can like play with that engagement. Usually just have one campaign going at a time. So if you run one for 7 days, unless you're targeting different geographic spots, that's when you would maybe want to run multiple ads at a time. Because you can only target based off like city. So if I wanted to advertise this listing to New York and California, I could run an ad at the same time, but just hitting those two different spots. So only target based off location. And then those like interests are like the only customizable parts of the targeting that you can do. Yeah.
What? Doing this scenario is advertising for a listing. What about advertising for our services?
Like a brand awareness kind of deal.
Or just fishing?
Yeah, the example or workshop thing we'll do today will be less listing oriented and more just getting leads. So we'll do that. And did you have another question? Oh, well, that's okay if you think of it. Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming. Okay, well, yeah, we'll get into this workshop. If you want to take like a 3-5 minute break to like use the restroom, grab a water, feel free. So don't have to. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Keeps asking me for a default. So
I
tried to do
think-
a business.
I think it's maybe talking about that. 'Cause, yeah, that does look like you
Okay.
selected one. No, does it?
Yeah, I
really?
think-
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a touch.
You know, I wanted to take this house out. We'll take that photo out and put my own house, right? So I delete, right?
Yeah, this camera, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you can delete it and like re-add one. You know, honestly though. Oh, okay, wait, then don't do it yet.
I saved it, so
Oh,
this is
good.
already saved.
Okay.
So look, so,
What if you did replace?
oh, where'd you see the plane?
Right there?
Okay. let's see. That's
Ooh,
probably what
I
the
hope
words are
so.
going to be, 'cause
Yeah? Ah,
That
whew,
did it.
heck yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I've actually never used the mobile view before. That's cool. Yeah.
I don't like to be able to do that much.
I,
Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, this helps.
It,
Or
oh,
you can actually
definitely.
let that is actually the house.
I-
That's why wanted to do
Yeah, I like the house.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
alright, perfect.
Definitely.
Could we come to your office and? I guess we
Yeah.
could do, like,
Yeah, so how we do things, we are more than happy to walk you through and guide you through it. So like if you want to set an appointment, we can actually launch the ad together, like in that 30-minute span for free. Or, you know, like we can launch ads like for leverage for paid, but we can also just like show you and walk you through it for free in here. Yeah, it honestly, we've gotten really great results. That one I keep talking about, like that we targeted like New York, California, and for like that land listing, got like 43 leads like from that. So like it did like well of engagement.
So on my website, I can set up other people's listings and do it by list.
Mhm.
So I could say I have 5 listings.
Yeah, yeah, if you get their permission, yeah, you can just advertise them as your own. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. And just like be like, let me know if you have questions, you know, and then
You just have to ask. who has the listing.
yeah, you do. From what I know, you have to ask their permission. But like, I've never heard of an agent say no because they're like always like, yeah, please promote my
So I can
listing.
put 20 listings up there
Mhm.
now on just on my website.
Yeah,
I live in Waxhaw, so
oh, nice.
if I wanted to post my listings in Waxhaw,
Maybe you could do like a different ad for each listing kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that you're going to come across there is the cost of the ad, like the $35. But like, yeah, you could definitely do that per ad. Yeah, a week. Yeah, recommended. Yeah. We run ads all the time for clients and it does just really well. It performs well. Especially if you have like the right like format of it, you know, like short verbiage, things like that, the Facebook lead generation. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Just feel free to go to kwbresources.com and click I need tech help in the top right, and that will get you to our calendar. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fun.
Go straight into Facebook.
Yeah. It funnels directly into command, like their leads, so you don't have to like manually move those over. It centralizes things in command, like if you use that platform for everything, your analytics would be there. Those are the two I got. Yeah, just right. It just makes things more efficient, like just one place, one stop shop kind of deal. Yeah. Can't think of anything else, I don't think. No, I should be.
Yeah.
I know a lot. The what? The
You leverage Command?
Oh, definitely. We use command for like a lot of our processes. It's great for processes, and we're just so like versed on it because we were at Scott Leroy Marketing for like 6 years. So like we just know it very well. Yeah, we're like that's our first thought. We're like, okay, smart plan. How can we do that? Like Scott Leroy. They're based in Florida, and we're all like it was virtual all over the country. So that was just one base. Yeah. JuLeS. Homekeeper. So that's like a third party platform, mostly used for keeping track of your vendors. So if you have like preferred vendors that you're constantly using and want to suggest to your clients, you can put them all in Homekeeper and then like share a Homekeeper link to your clients so they can see all your preferred vendors. It integrates with Command. So it's like a separate platform. Yeah, that's like a more recent update that you can, if you connect it up in the settings, that if you like tag it a certain way, it will automatically like send. Yeah, which is like pretty cool. Right.
Are there any other, sort of systems like that with the tag space?
More recent, even more recent than Homekeeper, Conversion Monster. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I just saw that in an article and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And that's the only one I know of, but the fact that there's like a couple makes me think there might be more. But those are the two I've heard of, Homekeeper and Conversion Monster, which I don't know what that is. I'm not. Yes, my mom is. and Leah's licensed but inactive. Took the test. Yeah, she got into it. It was like, okay, I like the technology side. It's what she liked right off the bat. So she went into tech.
And, if you go through, you go into like, universal road, canopy.
Yeah.
There's a thing on there that says, buy-in. Anyway.
Yeah.
Teresa probably know, or.
And-
And here, basically say, you know, when I'm on there, this is where I would go to. So you catch those from. What they do about that, I know they have a free, subscription.
Okay.
It's the, yeah. On realtor.
Got it.
And they were. Do it for me, $7.
Like plastic.
Good question. But no, cool. No, let's see. Someone, oh, yes.
There.
Hey.
I just didn't look at that
Yeah,
one.
well,
I stopped. Right now.
I didn't realize that there were even any, and then someone had found that. I was like, oh, a hidden cabinet. Definitely. Okay, we'll start up in like 30 seconds or a minute. So for the last bit of the class here, we're gonna actually launch a Facebook ad, or at least at the very least, just get one drafted in your account if you want to launch that at another time. So a great way, or a great content-wise thing to put in an ad could be a website search on your website. So, right, your website has that functionality to search the MLS across the whole country. And you also want to drive traffic to your website anyway, so it's a good thing to show your branding and all. Yeah, so this is a great thing. So if you don't have a listing, but you want to run a Facebook ad anyway, this would be a great content-wise thing to run your ad on. Yes. And this one, feel free to follow along with, and we can create this and draft it at the end together, or even publish it. So let's go up to create campaign in the top right to get started. And we're going to do social ad and do this as paid. For this one, let's just name it website search. And spell it right. Yes, it's social ad with paid underneath it in parentheses. Yeah, so this is a paid ad, so because you're reaching not your sphere or friends on Facebook, you're reaching non-Mets, so it is a paid feature. Oh, no worries. So the recommended amount is $5 to $7 per day for 5 to 7 days. So typically $35 to $50 is that sweet spot. Like
Where are you,
setting it.
where are you getting, say, put $100?
So when you're setting up the ad, it's going to be the last question is the budget that we set up. And then if you haven't put in your card amount, so that's going to be under payments and add payment. So this is where you'd add your card info so that they can just pull from your card. Right. Exactly. You're right. Yeah, definitely. Good question. So create campaign, social ad. I'm gonna give it a name, that website search. And then, so for this, maybe I want to do brand awareness, right? I just really want to get my name out there, push people to my website, really my goal. And Facebook, to check Facebook at the bottom and click create campaign. For the listing, we can just leave that blank since we're not advertising a listing. But let's go ahead and grab what we'll be doing. So my example for this, and it can vary depending on what you're wanting to advertise, but I'm going to do a search of Charlotte, North Carolina. So the city of Charlotte. And what I really want to promote is I want to show them all the open houses in Charlotte. So what I can do is, so after I search Charlotte, I can go up to these filters up here. I'm going to go to more, scroll all the way down and toggle open houses only on. So that now if I share this link, they're going to see all the open houses coming up. And it's under more. It's at the bottom here.
So once you click on Facebook ad and then
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my website open like from previously. So yeah, go to your website. I'm so sorry. I did skip a step, big step. So yeah, pull up your website so that you can search on it. And then I started searching. Yeah, I am so sorry. Just jumping.
and this is our actual KW website. That's correct.
Yeah, like yeah. Like, because you're trying to drive contacts to your own website. And I can go through those steps again now that, okay, yeah, go to your website. And then now we can type in the city here. So if that's Charlotte, you can do Waxhaw, wherever you want. And now when you do that search, we can go under more. So these filters up here. And we can scroll all the way bottom. And that's the open houses only. Just in general, if you're ever wanting something to post on, social media, this is a great option. We do this a lot for our clients. We'll just go to their website and do a search, whether that be open houses. You can change this to only show like coming soons or new construction. You can filter it to show price reductions in the past 7 days. So like filter it in a way that might be valuable to your audience that they might want to see. And then you can just take this URL and post it on your social media. And that would drive traffic right to your website for them to search for more. So that's just, like this is no, no, not necessarily on Facebook. They're like, we use Hootsuite, which is like a scheduling platform that does shorten it. But I don't know how to do that in Facebook directly. Oh, I'll show you how we'll be utilizing this for an ad, but I just wanted to point out, like, if you're ever not knowing what to post on social media in general, this is a good option too. You can always post a search from your website and people can see, oh, look what, one, it shows the functionality of your website, but also it drives traffic there, which is great. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this, but we won't do anything with it quite yet. And we're gonna jump back over to our ad setup. And now I'm just gonna do kind of, go through and get check marks next to all these fields. So with this text one, again, let's keep this short. Let's use emojis and something eye-catching. So I'm gonna use like a house emoji, maybe a sparkle. And then I'm going to, what did I say? Oh, check out the complete open house lineup for this weekend. So write something really short, something with emojis. If you can come up with something more clever, creative, go for it. And then the headline, something even shorter than this. So let's see, I have open house near you. And here we can maybe provide more information. So let's see, there's 60 open houses in Charlotte. So maybe we could say like, here's a list of 60 properties hosting open houses this weekend, September, this weekend. What's today's date? The 13th, 14th, 17th, and 18th. Cool. Okay. So 18. Click learn more for more details. So you could say something like this. And then click save. All right, we did text. Now for media, there's a couple things you can do here. So one thing, maybe you can include a screenshot of this map view, but I actually, let's see. Well, anyone know the keyboard shortcut to screenshot on a non-Mac? Oh, okay, okay. Oh. I don't think.
At the end of the.
Okay, are mine? And well, none of those are working for me. Oh, control insert? No. Okay, well, an idea if you know how to screenshot your computer. Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, did you? But yeah, sorry. Usually I'm on a Mac. If it's a Mac, it's Shift Control 3 to screenshot that. If it's a non-Mac, it's Shift Command 3 for that. It doesn't seem to be Shift Control. Nothing happens when I click print screen. Okay, well, you can include a screenshot of your page as one of your images if you'd like. So that's one of them. We also just use stock images for our images as well. So it doesn't even have to be on the listing. So a site that we use for stock images is Pexels, which is PEXELS.com. These have a ton of great free stock images so you can use on all advertising. So if you wanted to like look up luxury home, you can, find one that you really like. I really like this kitchen. Click that download icon in the bottom right and download that right away. So now that's saved on my computer. I can go over to my images right on my Facebook ad, select media. And instead of choosing from a listing, since we don't have a listing, let's just go and click add images and upload image. Let me know if I lose anyone. And okay. And I can redo these steps too. And then like click here to search your computer for that downloaded image. I'm not really familiar with this computer too much. I don't use it. This or yeah, oh, it's penned. Oh, yeah, you're right. It looks like it, dang it. I don't think I screenshotted it right, but you're right. This is exactly where it'd be. Oh, I was clicking control.
Same time, print screen or, I think they're the same.
Cool, cool. Wow, great find. Pictures, screenshots. Good stuff. Oh, thank you so much. That was a great find. Yeah.
Use another, application in the program called Capture.
Oh, I don't use that.
Video. So,
Cool. And this is like an editing?
crop it.
Nice. Yeah.
From a little beautiful distribution, window, and you can crop it down to what you want.
Cool.
Then you can also just take a screenshot of something still, or if there's like a video playing, you can actually crop it to the size of the video and actually record it, so that you're only recording the partial of the screen.
Wow, that's cool. Is it come with the laptop? Oh, that's cool. I think like the Max version is QuickTime, kind of. Well, QuickTime slash preview. We don't have like, I feel like a photo and a video editor in one. That's cool. Cool. So, oh. Yeah. That's cool though, because that's a cool feature. So yeah, we can go on Pixels and download up to 5 images or 4 if you're going to include that screenshot in there. And go ahead and add them here to that media section. Same steps will apply. We're going to go to add images, upload image, and find that from your computer. Ooh, good to know. Image size must be less than 3 megabytes. So if you have an image, beware of that, of the size of the image. I think you can filter by image size. No, you cannot. Yeah, see what images are able to be of size? Yeah, it did size, but I'm thinking that's not the file size. I'm thinking that's like the actual image size.
Type, so that's why you didn't get the dollar.
I didn't know. It's, huh, let's see. Oh. Yeah, oh, like in the corners, there's dollar signs.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh. Huh. There might be some paid things. I know like in designs, like there's Shutterstock and things that have paid stock image. Yeah, but I guess you'll have to play with like that image size requirement. And if you need any help like converting those into a smaller size, again, I know how to do that on a Mac. I don't know how to do it on, so. So just get some images that you like and add them here. And right, it doesn't matter about the order. Command will work its magic with the order and which ones it displays to your clients or your leads. And then click save. Then let's go to Facebook settings here and do select our page. Remember, always have Facebook lead generation form as the destination, always. Just a heads up, you can change the button label. I feel like learn more always applies most to this scenario because the other options are sign up and apply now. And then here is where we're gonna put in that URL that we searched for at the beginning. So we did that search and we did it to filter for those open houses here. So now we can just go up to the URL that it created, copy that. And then paste in, and just remember that all the way at the beginning, it's hiding this HTTPS again. So we're just gonna have to remove that. Perfect. So right after the lead information goes to you, now they'll be going to your website to actually look at the open house list that you want them to. What? Oh, 1.2 million. Yeah, so let's change this to Charlotte, since I'm doing a Charlotte search. Mhm. It's based off this section here. So like depending on the miles radius and your cities and your interests.
So if you reduce it, and it will create
Yes, so it may take a second here. Oh yeah, so yeah,
now, keywords that have any, bearing on that. Pool.
very limited. It won't just display for those searching the keywords, but it will like push and boost it to try to hit those searching those keywords. So it's not limited to those, but it does try to factor that in, but it doesn't like affect your audience too much to narrow it down or anything.
Or like to kind of market by
I haven't, but I think that's a good idea. I think that's a really good idea. And just so you know, like these interests here, these are like a preset list in command. So if you're like not seeing an interest or anything, like unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. Like if you search something, you're not finding it, you'll have to just like kind of search broader to try to see if you can find an interest that matches it. Yeah, so I would recommend doing a custom audience. It's always recommended to do those 3 interests because those are most likely going to hit what your target market is. Which one will it really? I don't know if it's in there. Like as an interest. Let's find out. How do you spell it? Okay. And then, so I'm just going to do our ones that we should always do. So Zillow, JuLeah. Go ahead. Trubisco. Oh. Oh. Mm-mm. Yeah, that was probably too specific. Yeah, look through them because like even like I don't know, so there's something I was looking up that was super common that I thought would be up there and it just wasn't. I had to get like way broader to like even find anything on it.
a lot more detailed than some of the other sites.
Oh, gotcha. But it's like Zillow and Trulia, like you search. Yeah. I guess they just haven't added it in. Art comparisons? Oh, market comparisons. Gotcha. Cool. That's awesome. That's a cool site. I have to look into it because yeah, I usually recommend just like those 3. I don't know of any other like realtor even sites for that they even have in this library. Usually I do city and then 20 to 30 mile radius is usually a good number. But really just play with the audience definition, you know, based off how many people you might want to reach. Really just staying in that green is my biggest recommendation. Click save. Let's go to lead settings. So I'm going to tag this as Facebook ad open house search. So I know exactly when a lead comes in, I know exactly where that's from and what maybe I should follow up with. So probably some more open house info. Assigned to a smart plan. So I'm just going to choose for this example, my Facebook paid ad follow-up lead follow-up smart plan. If you haven't gotten a chance to edit that yet or take a look through it, don't add this here, especially if you're launching this. But if you're just drafting it, feel free to add it here and then you can always go edit it later. Yeah, if you're just drafting it, feel free to add it, but don't publish it with that there because that will have Robert Eichenberg's information. Oh, just like, you know how at the beginning of class, we added a smart plan first so that we could do the lead follow-up. I'm just saying if like you haven't like edited that smart plan we added, or like you need to take a look at it first before you just launch an ad. We can add that in, click save. Now duration and budget. That's going to start on to like tomorrow. Let's make this 7 days instead. So that's usually the top amount of length you'd want that to run. And if I did it for $40, for example, well, that's great because that's right in that $5 to $7 daily range that I'm wanting to hit. So 7 days, $5 to $7 per day. No. Yeah, I see that like projected stats in a lot of ad campaigns. That's not in this one. Yeah, like breaks it down like that. Yeah, like I know LinkedIn's ads or like backend is a bit more like in depth on this. But yeah, in command it's definitely not. And then once we click save, awesome, we have all check marks. Well, then this is good to go. We can see the preview right here of what our audience would see once that's posted. And then you can click to publish campaign, or I would more recommend just doing a draft right now, making sure everything is set up how you'd like. So you can click this to save as a draft. And then once you're ready to come back and launch this ad, if you did save this as a draft, you would just come into your campaign section here, that megaphone icon. Go over to paid ads dashboard near the top. You'll see that draft right here. Just go to the far right, those 3 dots. You can click to edit that to launch it. Yeah. So that's that's the destination, right? So like when they click learn more, they're going to fill out, or it will send that information, and then it will bring them to the list of open houses. So like that's where under Facebook settings, that's where I put that link as the destination so they would see it. Yep. So on your KW website, usually ending in .kw.com, you're going to be able to search and then filter. And that's how I got that URL. Like I did that filter. And then once that's like, it changes the URL so that you can share it. And like you can do that even with property. So if you wanted, like for my listing example, I actually pulled up a property and had this as the destination. So. Exactly. Like, yeah, that's open houses is a common example. We also do like price improvements in the past 7 days. Like market is changing. Look at these price improvements. Or it's summertime. Look at these houses with pools. You know, like you can really play with this search filter to see how engagement goes. Yeah, but yeah, and too, with a lot of these, we just post this directly on social media too. Like, check out the most expensive home in Charlotte this week. Here's a URL to our website.
Like, let's say ourselves, right? White background.
Mhm.
Right, and then totally Valentine logo on it, right? And running an ad like that, where they don't even have to like click through to get the number, right? Because now you're getting your contact information on the scroll,
Right.
and they could still click,
Or-
but
Yeah, that's, yeah, of impressions. I mean, usually I would say the engagement might not be great for that because there's, I mean, more likely you're going to get people clicking on houses with pools than like you. And then, and two, I mean, the fact that like Facebook, yeah, your exposure, I mean, you could get it because you're right. They would see your phone number, but just because like, since they're on Facebook and it's a form of disruptive marketing, they're not necessarily like looking for a realtor. So like, more so you're wanting them to stumble upon something they want.
you know,
Right.
I know that Facebook ads for no cost. In theory,
Right.
they don't click. The ad just keeps running.
Well, sorry, your ad always, you'll spend that money even if you get no clicks. So
Okay.
the money that you're putting in is pushing it. And then it doesn't matter, like if it doesn't get any clicks, like you're just out of that money. Right. Yes, yes.
Availability and stuff.
We'll reduce it.
Well, like, people like, let's just say leads, right?
Mhm.
You get 3 or 4 leads out of it, will it automatically just wipe that ad out because your dollar amount's not high?
No, like, so it will, so if you put in like $30 for 7 days, it's gonna spend that $30 because it's pushing out for impressions. But like your leads is, if you get 0 leads, it's gonna be $30. If you get 40 leads, it will still be $30. Mhm. Yeah, right, I see. Right, yes, I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, so, but yes, more clicks, yeah, right. You could always use another agent. Yeah, if you do run an ad like that, I would like to know the analytics on it. Like if you, yeah, I would, yeah, I'd be interested to know because it's a good point. Because yeah, those impressions, you'll see how many impressions that means they might have seen your phone number either way.
Never know, I mean,
It's a, yeah,
But,
right.
I mean, it's sort of like a business card that's just flashing by somebody.
Mhm.
You never know. Or I'm not in the house, I don't know anybody, I mean.
Just right,
you
they're
know what I mean? They're like,
right. I like this tactic. I think you should give it a go and let me know how it goes. Yeah, I would love to know. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like in general, sorry, like a plan, like a smart plan, like in command. Mhm. Um, not at the moment, but Like training, yes, or, oh, like that you can post. Yeah, so like in command, like for videos that you can post. That is a really cool part in campaigns, these quick posts. You can create neighborhood videos, which are pretty cool. I like them because they're not a lot of effort, but provide good amount of value. So like in your, yeah, megaphone icon. And then these quick posts, so like if you click this arrow in the bottom right of quick posts or of the create a neighborhood video, sorry. In general, these are all posts that you can post directly on. So these give you ideas of things that you can post on your social media. But this neighborhood video is pretty cool. You can search for any neighborhood. So, this pulls from next door, but if you know that this is incorrect, you can change it. You can change your information. And then it just generates a video for you that you can post on social media right away, which is pretty cool. It's going to be probably loud. Yeah. Your marketing profile. Do you want steps on how to get there? Yeah. It's pretty cute, right?
And this can be a smart plan. This is the same thing with that's a smart plan as well, right?
So this is,
Like already automated.
are you thinking monthly neighborhood nurture?
Yeah.
Yes. I love that one. Yeah. Yep, exactly. And here's like that thing at the end there that displays your information. Yeah, from your marketing profile. So yeah, you can click like right from here, save and post video. It's going to push you into. How is it still playing? Oh, is that someone else's? Okay, I was like, wow. You're good. I thought that was me. And yeah, so it brings you right into to schedule this post out. So you can like put text on that and schedule that right onto your Facebook feed. So all those stats, so like the or athleisure wear and politics, or like all those things that it's pulling in, that's all from next door. Right. Yep, exactly. So just like be on your feed. Yeah, we are like rolling out more of a marketing plan. January 1 is like our plan on that. So like that would be more of an inclusive marketing plan. But right now, like we're doing more leverage on like postcards and things like that, and as we roll this out, but in the works. Definitely. Scott Leroy, I don't know. I think they do mostly technology. I don't think they have anything. It's fun stuff. Yes. Yeah, it's got the tools. It's got some cool tools to utilize. Um, so yeah, that's the quick post. Oh, your marketing profile. So good thing for everyone to know anyway. So under your name and settings, then we're gonna go to connect settings on the left-hand side in marketing profile. This is just the important section because this is where all your information pulls from. Whenever it loads. Yeah, the marketing profile is where all your information all throughout command pulls from. So if you ever get like a new phone number, email, going to your marketing profile to update that is where you'd want to go, but I cannot. Oh, okay. Yeah, good question. Um, you can throw it to us. Leah's the greatest with verbiage. I'm like the numbers half of our business. So if you can schedule an appointment with us, we'd be happy to look at your bio. Yeah. Right. Hmm. Wow, nice. Yeah.
Like, I looked at your mom, 'cause I know you guys did hers. And so then I kind
Yeah.
of went all of them. Kind of down.
Let everyone know it.
But I like they don't call it. They put more on like the good stuff. You know, like I got my dog on the weekend, you know, stuff like that, and that brings to the good.
When you have one line that's got $100 million in business in the past 5 years, you're like, I don't know what
Like they put what they stuff.
Definitely, yeah, definitely brings in a human connection. That's a good idea. Even more. Ooh. Ooh. Is is the signature under under the wrong name too? I might need Leah for this too. Yeah, they would be able to do it for sure. They would need your login for DocuSign and command login. I think that's all. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is, and if you check this spot too, you'll want to make sure this is updated too, because this feeds to all command. So yeah, if you ever like get a new headshot or anything, the marketing profile would be a spot to update that for command.
Develop your own brand logo.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, you can do like your personal logo here for team logo. That's yeah. What the team logo? Sabra has to check your like as long as like for compliance wise, Sabra needs to check it for compliance. But like in regards to command, like it doesn't have to be a team logo. It can be- like things like I know in well that's South Carolina. Like South Carolina can't use like real estate or realtor or realty. So like if you are wanting to ever get your South Carolina license, like maybe being aware of that and not putting that in your North Carolina name so that you can do business as the same thing. Yeah, that's the point of it. Like South Carolina doesn't, they're saying that it's misleading. Right, because they think it's a brokerage. Mhm. Homes, yep, properties works. Yeah, Saber would be like she's the compliance like person for it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we do know like agents that use real estate and realty in North Carolina and then do business in South Carolina. I don't know what they do about that, but like that's what we know that you can't do in South Carolina.
Right now, I think but I would secure it under basically all of it. so
Mhm.
that
Right.
under any other
Yeah, definitely.
I've been in communication with Deborah, so.
Yeah.
I got her up.
Yeah, she's always the great compliance last step. But yeah, okay, yeah. Any other questions, I guess, before we wrap up today? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Of course, if you know, always feel free to schedule an appointment with us, kwbresources.com, and I need tech help in the top right. And we're always happy to help. Yeah.
Our,
Yeah, what is that? Yay. Oh, cool. Oh, we sign it? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen it. Well, good to know. Oh, right, because Ignite, right.
Here, and then I was here 8:30 and then today.
Okay.
So you'd sign.
Great.
there. Oh, that Inman thing where we talked about the
Yeah.
price, that's
Run
under
it to
site map in Canopy.
Do you want me to
And
date
then
it?
it's under like news.
Or did you say you want me to date it, or is?
No,
yours
you don't have to date.
Cool.
It says date completed, but I guess the date.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm still coming.
Okay, yeah, sounds great. I think next week is MailChimp with Command, and I think you were the one who asked about MailChimp. Yeah, so that will be a good one, for sure. Gotcha, bye, thanks for coming.